What's up, everybody? I am finally able to do these recap videos again. I took about a week off from them just to give a quick update on everything. I'm now working on my $100,000 FTMO challenge. I did a trial version of the challenge last week just to get some practice in. What I learned in that week was simple. Go for super good trades only. You want a nice healthy pullback during heavy trends, multiple confirmations. I trade mainly off of the 5-minute chart. So it's very important to have more than one thing to confirm the trade. It's also very important to wait for bars to form completely before getting into moves. Using stop orders instead of market orders is the way to go a lot of the time as well. Being as safe as possible with your trading certainly can be a little boring, and it takes a great deal more of patience, but in the end you want to maximize your profits and make as few mistakes as possible, and these are the things you need to be doing to achieve that goal. Last night's session went really well. I only took 2 trades, ended with a $385 profit. And I made a mistake on my second trade, and this is a perfect example of why to use stop orders, and I'll go over that in a minute. But overall, it's a decent profit. This is my first day trading this challenge, and it's a great way to kick things off for sure. Let's go ahead and take a look at those 2 trades that I took and some other interesting things that I saw during the session. All right, so the first trade that I took was on the U Franc, and this was pretty much right at the beginning of the session. As you can see down here on the hourly, this was a huge move up. The only hesitation I had about this trade is this big move down. This could have just been a 50% retrace and then comes back down, puts in another bottom, and then comes back up. So I was a little bit hesitant about that, but the move looks so good that I just got into it anyway, and I'm glad that I did. It did take about I think a little over 2 hours to actually go through, and I had already set my stop to break even like right around here somewhere. So even if it had failed, I wouldn't have actually lost anything, but it definitely went through. It put in like a lopsided head and shoulders at the top, and then finally ended up coming down after that. So that was a pretty good move there. And my second trade, I took over here. I went short like right over here, and oh no, I'm sorry, I went short here and ended up failing obviously. But had I used a sell stop order instead, the trade would have never triggered, and by the time it got up this high, I would have just deleted the stop order and I would have just never been entered into the trade in the first place. So that's what I should have done, and I wouldn't have had that unnecessary loss, but that's okay. And we have the EGBP. This one I almost got into. It's this very heavy level that I drew down here, so I could have gotten in at this little mini double bottom here, something like that. So that would have worked too, but in my opinion the trade just wasn't solid enough to actually take. That's a really shallow double bottom, first of all, and then the this bar is just not very healthy, and then this one is like too high up, so it was just kind of wasn't the best trade in my opinion. So that's why I decided to skip it, but it did work, so that's good to know. And then also the Auden ZD decided to go up for the entire session. I got a really healthy engulfing bar here, and it went up from there. So that was another trade that could have been taken. In my opinion, just wasn't all that great, mainly just because all the downward pressure here. So to buy into downward pressure like that is usually not the best idea. So I decided to skip it, but that one worked too. I'm feeling a lot more confident and focused here. I would say my main issue was getting into trades too early, and also I still had some revenge trading demon in there that I needed to get rid of. Nice, steady, and calculated trading is where I really shine. It's okay to take a loss here and there. I have to remind myself of that. Losing 1% on losses and then gaining 3% on wins is a great strategy. As long as I keep a halfway decent win rate, I'll always end up with a profit over time. When it comes to taking compound trades, I've limited those to the only really good A++ pullback moves. These happen about 3 times a week. Those are the trades that give you a nice tight stop loss, and the potential for them to go 3% or more is very high. One problem with this week is we have Independence Day, which is tomorrow. I actually can't remember from the last couple of July 4ths what I actually did. Typically when the banks are closed is when I definitely don't trade the holidays. This one I'm not 100% sure, to be honest, so I'll pop in tonight for the London session just to see how things are looking. If it looks holiday-ish, then I'll cut the session early and save my time. We'll just have to wait and see what happens there. And one more thing, the My FX book link isn't working at the moment, so I'll try to figure out why today. Maybe I'll be able to have it up by tonight. I would like to show the actual results so that you guys can follow along. I'll put the link in tonight's live stream if I can get it to work. So that's all I have for today. Be sure to hit the like button if you're enjoying the content, the channel, all of my awesome trading. I'll be back on here tonight for the London session at 11:30 p.m. Pacific time, so you can catch me over there. Be sure to always trade responsibly, and I'll see you guys later.